Do you consider yourself to be smart? Well, if you do, let us put your intelligence to the test. Don't forget, however, that people are different types of smart. While one person may be good with facts, another might have street smarts. The type of smarts that these hard riddles require is more out of the box. So get ready to get into 15 mind-bending riddles that stumped the internet. But before you do, we would like to welcome you to our channel. Don't hesitate to subscribe, join our zoo community, like and click the bell icon. You'll be very interested to hear what we have to say, so make sure you stick around or you'll miss it. 15. The bear. I leave my campsite and hike south for 3 miles. Then I turn east and hike for 3 miles. Then I turn north and hike for another 3 miles. At this time, I come across a bear inside my tent eating my food. What color is the bear? White. The only place you can hike 3 miles south, then east for 3 miles, then north for 3 miles, and end up back where you started is the North Pole. Polar bears are the only bears that live in the North Pole, and they are white. 14. The room. You are inside a room that has 3 switches and a closed door. The switches control 3 light bulbs on the other side of the door. Once you open the door, you may never handle the switches again. How can you correctly determine which switch is connected to each of the light bulbs? Turn on the first 2 switches. Leave them on for 5 minutes. After 5 minutes have passed, turn off the second switch. Leave 1 switch on. Now go through the door. The light that is still on is connected to the first switch. Whichever of the other 2 is warm to the touch is connected to the second switch. The bulb that is cold is connected to the switch that was never touched. 13. Match made at a funeral. A girl is at her mother's funeral. She meets a nice guy that she didn't know was also at the funeral, and they connect. She was busy at the funeral and didn't have time to ask him for his number before he left. She tries really hard to track him down, but no one knows who he is or how to get in touch with him. A few days later, her sister dies and the police rule it as homicide. Who killed her sister? The girl killed her sister. She was hoping that if someone else in her family died, she would see the man she met at her mother's funeral again. 12. Poisonous drinks. Marissa and Juliana go out for drinks together. They order the same drink. Juliana is really thirsty and finishes 5 drinks by the time Marissa finished 1 drink. The drinks were poisoned, but only Marissa dies. How? The poison was in the ice. Since Marissa's took longer to finish her drink, the ice melted, so she was poisoned, but Juliana wasn't. 11. Empty cell mystery. Andy is placed in a cell with the floor made of dirt and just 1 window. He cannot reach the window because it is too high. The only item in the cell is a shovel. He will not be able to get any food or water and only has 2 days to escape or he'll die. Andy can't dig a tunnel because it will take him a lot longer than 2 days to complete it. How will Andy escape from the cell? The answer is that Andy has to use the shovel to create a pile of dirt under the window so he could climb up onto it and escape from the cell. 10. The serial killer. A serial killer kidnaps 5 different people and sits them down each with 2 pills in their hand and a glass of water. He tells them each to take 1 pill, but warns them that one is poisonous and the other is harmless. Whichever pill the victim doesn't take, the serial killer will take. Every victim somehow chooses the poisonous pill and dies. How did the serial killer make them all take the poisonous pill? Neither of the pills were poisonous. The poison was in the water that all the victims used to swallow their pill. 9. The Arab Sheikh. An Arab sheikh is old and must leave his fortune to one of his 2 sons. He makes a proposition. Both sons must ride their camels in a race, and the camel that crosses the finish line last will win the fortune for its owner. During the race, the 2 brothers wander around for days, not willing to cross the finish line. Whilst desperate, they ask a wise man for advice. He tells them something. Then they both jump onto their camels and hurtle towards the finish line. What did the wise man say? The rules of the race were that the owner of the camel to cross the finish line last wins the fortune. The wise man just told them to switch camels. 8. The Twin Sisters. You are lost in the woods and the path you are following splits into 2. One path to the left and one to the right. One path leads you to safety, while the other will cause you to be lost forever. At the fork are 2 twin sisters who know which path is correct. The sisters are similar in every way except one. One of the sisters always tells the truth, while the other always lies. You can ask only one question and you can't tell the sisters apart. What should you ask them so you know which path to take? Ask one of the sisters which path their sister would tell you to take. Let's assume the left-hand path is the correct one to take. The sister that lies knows their honest sister would tell you the left-hand path. So as she always lies, she will tell you the right-hand path. The honest sister knows her lying sister will tell you the right-hand path, and because she is honest, she will let you know. Hence, you should follow the opposite path to that which you are told, regardless of which sister tells you. 7. The 3 chests. 3 chests exist, each of which contains 100 coins. One has 100 gold coins, the other has 100 silver coins, and the third has an equal amount of 50 gold coins and 50 silver coins. Every chest is labeled, but incorrectly. You can pick just one coin from one of the chests, and after this you need to correctly identify each of the 3 chests. What should you do? Take a coin from the chest labeled 50-50. If you pick a gold coin, you know that the chest must contain all gold coins. It can't be the 50-50 chest because all the chests are labeled incorrectly. So the chest labeled silver must be the 50-50 chest, and the one labeled gold must be the silver chest. On the other hand, if you pick a silver coin, you know that the chest must contain all silver coins. The one labeled silver must be the gold chest, and the one labeled gold must be the 50-50 chest. 6. The suspects. A man is found murdered in his office. The suspects are Julie, Jason, Peter, Brian, and Molly. In his office is a calendar with the numbers 6, 4, 9, 10, 11, written in blood. Who is the killer? Jason is the killer. The numbers indicate months, and the first letter of each month spells the name of the murderer. Example, the 6th month is June, and the first letter of June is J. The 4th month is April, and the first letter of April is A, and so on. 5. Lily pads. On a lake, there are a patch of lily pads. Every day, the patch doubles in size. If it takes 48 days for the patch to cover the whole lake, how long would it take for the patch to cover half the lake? since the patch doubles in size every day, so on the 47th day, the patch will be half the size it is on the 48th day. 4. The labyrinth. You are trying to escape a labyrinth. There are 3 doors to choose from. The left door leads to a raging fire. The door in the center leads to a dangerous assassin. On the other hand, the door on the right takes you to a hungry lion that hasn't eaten in 3 months. Which door would you take? This hard riddle isn't as difficult if you breathe, relax, and think about the options. You would take the door on the right, because the lion which hasn't eaten in 3 months would be dead. 3. The weight. Paul is 6 feet tall in height. He is an assistant at a butcher shop and wears size 9 shoes. What does he weigh? He weighs meat. 2. This riddle asks us to spot the letter M, but to be honest, the letter M is nowhere to be found in the picture. 1. This is a riddle that asks you who among the 3 is a vampire. If you look closely into the mirror in the picture, you can see that there is no reflection of the woman in green, hence she is a vampire. And that concludes our list of 15 mind-bending riddles that stumped the internet. Let us know in the comment section if you found these difficult at all. Thank you for watching Life Hack Giraffe, and as always, don't forget to like, subscribe, and click the bell icon, and we will see you next time.